Discovering the art of shamanic wisdom and learning to find the tools that are ancient and powerful and transformative are what the Wild Women Symposium is partially about. And today I have with me Andrea Bernstein, who is an amazing shamanic practitioner. She is one of our anchors for the Wild Women Symposium today to talk in an interview about her class. It's going to be about shamanic soul reading and mapping. Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Hi, Suzanne. I'm great. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here. I'm super excited to be part of the symposium again.
We just love you. We love everything about you. So all these ladies out there, we want you to know that this class with Andrea is a do not miss class. I mean, so she is like one of our favorite teachers at the symposium, and she is going to be doing an opening circle at the symposium on Saturday morning, where we're going to actually create the space and weave the space together. So Andrea, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're actually going to be working in ceremony, because truly that is the most powerful way to set our intentions and shift what we want to shift and call in what we want to call in. So it's super powerful to have 100 people, 100 plus 200 people together in ceremony, giving our intentions. And the ceremony that we're going to do is called a despacho, and that's with a D and not with a G like the soup. And that sometimes people get confused. And this is an envelope of prayers, an envelope of dreams, and it'll be a very special despacho, a wild women despacho. So allowing us to really come into that deepest expression of who we are and set the stage and the intention for the time together, and our intention moving forward to really step into our deepest power.
I'm so excited about this. It was so powerful the last time, and it really brought all the women together in a place of center and reverence, and you could feel the focused intention starting to weave an intent. I mean, I don't know how to say it other than that. It was really, really, really beautiful. Now, a lot of people out there know you in town. I mean, you have been in Salt Lake City forever, and you're very well known, but there might be some women out there that don't know about you. So give them some ideas about your training and who you are and what you do on a daily basis, because this is your life.
It is my life. I am a full-time shamanic energy medicine practitioner. I studied and worked at the Four Winds Society. It's an energy medicine training program. And then I also have been initiated through the Shamans of Peru through that program. I began in 2005, so I've been walking this path for a decade, and it was as if somebody had given me the tools that I had been looking for all my life. I knew how important this was when I had found it, because nothing really empowered me to find my voice the way this did, and give me the processes and framework in which I was able to access my deepest expression. So I've been walking this path for 10 years. Last year, I went full-time for the first time in that period. And it has been incredibly abundant and super rewarding. I work with clients, private healing sessions, as well as shamanic mentoring for people who are looking for tools themselves, and then healing intensives and immersions to really use these processes and this framework to clear the slate, to reprogram the neural pathways in the brain, to reconfigure the frequency and the vibration of the human energy field that is the blueprint that informs the human body, and to learn to work with the sacred, which us as women, this is woven into who we are. We know this. We've been doing this for lifetimes, for thousands of years. And it's a reawakening that really needs to happen for us to stand in our power and do what needs to be done in the world, which is to bring great and deeper balance to our planet, and stand up as women, as the women that we are, knowing how we can nurture and care for ourselves, each other, finding that love and compassion.
Well, and it's so important right now on the planet. There's so much chaos happening, and it's the feminine that will come in that I think will bring a sense of sanity and balance. And I was so excited that you got to be part of the Parliament of Religions in Salt Lake City, Utah in the fall of 2015. I would love for you just to share a little bit about what that was like for you. I mean, that was so amazing.
Yeah, it was super powerful. The whole experience in general was beyond my imagination. Like, to have this come into Salt Lake City, to have almost, pretty much every world religion represented, and then to be chosen to be a presenter. And in fact, what I did present, I presented a ceremony in the morning, a despacho ceremony. So it was a prayers for the earth despacho ceremony, and which will be similar to what we're doing here. And I thought, oh, it's early in the morning. I'd have some friends and people who wanted to support me come. There was over 50 people from every country. There was a Catholic nun who came. It took everything to a whole new level to really have that understanding that we are all connected, and that in the end, it's all the same. Everything comes back to love and compassion and honoring one another and honoring our differences. And like you had said, it is one of the most beautiful things that they had at the symposium was this inaugural women's assembly. And the speakers that they had the very first day was mind-blowing. And just for us, not like in the 60s and 70s, burn your bra, we can do everything, go to work, raise the kids, do everything. That was unsustainable. This is coming back to the feminine and bringing balance back, where we've gone from that matriarchal society of peace and harmony on the planet, going into that patriarchal society and having that reign, and now coming back to a deeper balance with an awakened masculine and feminine as well, an empowered feminine who recognizes her voice and who she is, and that what she believes and what she knows deep in her bones, deep in her womb, our ability for creation and to give birth, is essential to what's coming forward and what we need to do. And and for Mother Earth, as women, nobody messes with our children, and this is what's going on our planet, and we have to start seeing it that way and speak up. So all of the old wounds and all of the old stories that keep us from speaking up, that have been filed in the programs and the file cabinet of our brain, we need to rewrite those files, and we need to do these upgrades. So the shamanic path has been incredible because it allows us to have a technology that we can do that. And in the most simplest and most graceful ways, because we really access that voice of the soul, and access the archetypal or archetypical realms in order to dance on that equal sign between energy and matter, because really everything is energy. And we've separated ourselves, we've created these stories, and we have very much distanced ourselves from the connection that we are to all things. And this reminds us and brings us back to that balance and that right relationship with all beings.
That's beautiful. I'm so excited. Tell us about your shamanic reading and map class that's going to be at the Wild Women Symposium, because you're going to be doing a double class. So you're going to be doing an hour-and-a-half segment combined ×2. So you'll be doing a 3-hour segment in the afternoon. And tell us about this class.
So the first half will be the Shamanic Soul Reading and Mapping 101. And for me, it's very important for me to give women and empower women with tools that they can access their own voice. And this is one of the most powerful tools I have learned to access that superconscious self, that one who's already lived this lifetime, the one that comes in with all of the answers and then is conditioned and forgets. And so shamanic soul readings are one of the sessions that I actually offer for people in my practice to map out the future, to see where the deeper engagements are that they're not able to recognize at a conscious level, to take the steps and to really map out a plan. So the first segment in the first hour and a half, we're going to be using this process. I'm going to be teaching this process that you can use to move beyond your stories, your emotions, your mental limitations and ideas of what's possible, and access that voice that really knows the answers. We do it with tarot cards, but it's not traditional reading the way you did. And you were my very first teacher and taught me how to read tarot back in early 90s or mid 90s. This is really that we are seeing the world as we are, not as it is. And so we look through the lenses of perception of our experiences and our wounds and our traumas. And so as we look at the tarot cards, in which we use only the major arcana, we are able to see the archetypical engagement, but not have it identify with who we are. So the deeper patterns come forward. And then we're able to access that voice that was already inside of us by using these archetypical, these archetypes, really. So it's a powerful, powerful class that will map our journey ahead to become this wild and empowered woman that we really need to be to create a world that's sustainable for future generations, because we must find that voice. And it's time. So that will be the first hour and a half, and we'll be going through a series of questions and inquiries as to the most important pieces for us to address.
It's exciting. I'm excited about this class. This will be wonderful. So ladies, Andrea is one of these people that if you miss this class, you're going to be kicking yourself from that point on. And the Wild Women Symposium will be April 1st through 3rd, 2015 at the Leonardo Center in 2016 at the Leonardo Center in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. Once you go on our website, wildwomensymposium.com, you can click on an Eventbrite page that will lead you to buying tickets, and keep an eye open because we have discounts with women for more than one woman, because we love it if you bring all your girlfriends and all the women in your family. I mean, we have entire family groups, grandmother, daughter, all the way down to granddaughter, that all come together. Have an experience of bonding with the other women in your life. Create connections that will sustain you in times of difficulty and trouble. Create a language between all of you because of shared experience and a deepening of emotion, so that you can depend on these people in challenging moments. The Wild Women Symposium is a fabulous event, and we would love to have you be part of our tribe. So Andrea, is there anything else you'd like to say in closing for the women out there?
Well, we'd love to see you. I do have that second part, and the second half of what I'm doing is going through the framework and the processes, the medicine teachings and the wisdom teachings of this. So do they need to come to the first part to go to the second part, or can they go to either or?
No, it's going to be combined. So, if you come to the first part, ladies, you're automatically enrolled in the second part. And we're doing that because we recognize that Andrea has so much to give. There's so much information and wisdom that she has to share. And we wanted, the feedback was, my gosh, I want to go deeper. And we're going to give her the chance to help you go even deeper. And Andrea, you teach classes outside of the Wild Women Symposium. And so you're going to do some continuing things afterwards also. So tell us about those.
Yes, for sure. Well, one of the things that we did last time, and I'm hoping that we'll do this time as well, is the very following week, we will be doing a fire ceremony, which is a central practice to this path, where we burn the despacho, taking those prayers, taking that envelope of dreams and offering it to the fire. But absolutely ongoing, I have these mentoring classes. I do weekend workshops where you can learn more tools to empower yourself, and then healing intentions and immersions to really wipe that slate clean, because we really need to stop sourcing from the past and begin to recognize that, as the shamanic cosmology does, that we can throw a grappling hook into the future and pull back that preferred outcome and destiny. And we have to stop thinking as time is linear. And so to be able to be empowered with these tools, whether you're walking a shamanic path or not. This is one thing that's super important. This happens to be an incredible framework for us to clear the slate. You don't have to walk a shamanic path. It will empower you to find your gifts. And so that, to me, there's nothing more important. And, you know, I'm so grateful for you and the team and all that you guys are doing to help women to find their gifts and their voices in the world, because there's really nothing more important for us to be sending that most authentic frequency out to that unified field, to be able to create a world of enlightened, embodied people that are really living their truth, rather than this paradigm that we've kind of been sold. And it's time to break out and really make a difference in the world, and each one of us will do that. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for inviting me, and I'm so looking forward to meeting all the women again. It's been such powerful experiences every time I've done it, and thank you for extending, because I know in all of the feedback, 9 out of 10 people said more time, more time. So this is fabulous. Fabulous.
Yeah. Well, we are so excited to have you. And ladies, the Wild Women Symposium is this opportunity for you to clear the slate. I mean, you heard Andrea say it, you know, you can really begin this journey, and it doesn't have to be hard, though it probably will be deep and transformational. And let yourself have this. Give yourself a chance to discover who was really inside before all the programming landed on top of it. Right. So thank you, Andrea. We will see you at the Wild Women Symposium.
Yes, and if there's anybody who has any questions or something that I've said has sparked something alive in them, I am absolutely available to visit. I actually do free 30-minute private consultations to see how to visit on how the shamanic path can work. My website and my practice is called Conscious Destiny, and my website is consciousdestiny.org. So I am so excited to meet the next group of women who come in and take this leap. And I wish you great blessings for the new year and an incredible holiday season. And just to remember to stay in love, because that's what it's about. Finding that light inside of us and expressing that and bringing it back to our families and our loved ones and our communities. So thank you.
Thank you for being the beacon of hope, Andrea. And I'm so excited to see you again next year.
Thanks. Much love.